What's up, witches? It's Luna. Welcome to my channel, and I want to wish a very happy and healthy new year 2023 to viewers new and old. And I'm going to kick off this new year by unboxing a fabulous deck. That deck is Hieronymus Bosch Tarot by Travis McHenry. Now, if you've been around with Tarot for a while, you may know that there's also a deck published by Lo Scarabeo from 2000 that is the Bosch deck as well. Different author, and it is still available. I don't know whether that deck uses actual images from Bosch or whether it's in the style of, but neither here nor there. I'm reviewing this one, not that one. Here is the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot, and it has this beautiful, look at the foil. I don't know if you can see too, the box has that beautiful linen texture. This is published by Rockpool, and it's brand spanking new. A deck of daydreams and nightmares. There are few artists whose work has sustained the power to shock, amaze, and delight audiences for over 500 years. But anyone who views the Garden of Earthly Delights will surely experience all three emotions at once. Although Hieronymus Bosch has a reputation of being a brilliant madman, in his time he was regarded as a master of art, obviously. His unique dreamlike style led him to be crowned the first surrealist in a period when the artistic consensus was one of realism. Renowned occultist and best-selling author Travis McHenry, I'm going to have to look this guy up, has painstakingly isolated scenes and characters from Bosch's works to capture the philosophy of traditional tarot cards. So he is taking images directly from the artwork. The result is a deck that is beautiful, inspirational, and unlike anything you've ever seen before. Sometimes humorous, sometimes haunting, but always captivating, the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot sets a new benchmark for modern tarot card decks. We have a few images, but here you want to see the best part. You guys look at this. You can see this seam ready. It's the Garden of Earthly Delights triptych, or parts of it. Just incredible. We have the ribbon pull, and these are nice sturdy. Yes, it is the magnet. I love magnet boxes. We've got a nice book here. We've got color images, not huge images, but color, and some, again, that's kind of odd. Every page at the across the bottom has the same image. I think I might find that a bit distracting when reading, but we'll find out. Let's take a look at the contents page. Love the black or the dark blue as they're showing on camera. This is copyright 2022, originally self-published by, originally self-published by Bloodstone Studios in 2020. Okay. We have introduction, the triptych spread, the major arcana, the minor arcana, Appendix A, B, about the author, about the artist. Okay, so we have a little thing about the author. Okay, Travis McHenry is one of the world's foremost occultists. Really? His tarot books and esoteric books have sold more than 10,000 copies worldwide since the release of his first deck, The Demon-Possessed Tarot. So he has another deck. Travis's interest in the arcane arts was piqued in the late 1990s after he came into contact with the Coven of Witches while investigating a haunted cemetery as part of a 10-year research study into paranormal phenomena. This guy sounds like he's fun. He was introduced to the paintings of Hieronymus Bosch while listening to an interview with William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist, who had told the sound designer he wanted Reagan's voice to sound like the hell panel from Bosch's The Garden of Earthly Delights. A few years later, Travis saw Death and the Miser in person at the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., and became an instant acolyte of the master painter. Wow. All right, I'm not going to read anymore. Let's just go. cards centered. Okay, the first thing I'm noticing is that this deck is warped. Can you see? It kind of is bent, this way. Wonky. I'm not too happy about that. And I've done nothing with this but take plastic off of it. But look at this. We've got that beautiful, I love this kind of blue. I don't know if we'd call that cornflower blue, almost a periwinkle. All right, there's a card that is got a thing. It's been nicked or something. So right off the rip, we've got a couple minor quality issues. I'm hoping that the bend of the deck will go away with shuffling. But it's bugging me because this side slopes up and this side slopes up and these sides are flat. Alrighty, well, come on, Rock Pool. So we have the back of the cards is that central panel from Garden of Earthly Delights, which we've seen repeated and repeated. I don't know if that's the only thing this guy's taken images from. I mean, that's what it said, right? Okay, so we start off the majors with the 0 card, the Fool, but it's called the Wayfarer. The path ahead, adventure, choices. So I love that there are keywords, especially since we've changed the names. So if you're going to use this, as straight up tarot, just looking at this, you probably need to be grounded in the original tarot names, maybe? I don't know. Let's go on and see. So the meanings are certainly in line with the traditional Fool. The Magician is called the Conjurer. Abilities, creation, deception. Wait, I'm going to look at something here. We didn't look at the introduction. All right, that's on the back. In 2017, I came up with the idea of creating a deck of tarot cards using images from Hieronymus Bosch's painting. There's plenty of chaos in our daily existence, but if we can slow down and look closely, we're often surprised by the beauty we find, and blah, 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 blah. The guiding philosophy was, what if Hieronymus Bosch had been commissioned to create the first tarot deck? What symbols would he use as suits for the minors? What figures might he consider as trump cards in the majors? Okay, as I pulled scenes and characters from Bosch's artwork, I had the benefit of knowing the hermetic and astrological meanings inherent in the cards. I've rendered these as accurately as possible within given constraints. Scholars of both art and the occult may question my choices and hopefully discover even deeper esoteric meanings than I have revealed. I also wish to help enhance enjoyment and appreciation for Bosch's paintings. Even the most eagle-eyed observer can't possibly identify all the interesting elements from the Garden of Earthly Delights in a single viewing. I have a large print of this painting on my office wall, and occasionally I'll pause to seek out new things. Before reading this book, please take a moment to journey through the cards and let them make the first impression on you. Well, my instinct was correct there. Okay, and then we go straight into spreads. So, and then the majors. So I won't go any further with that. Abilities, creation, deception is the Conjurer. And I mean, if you didn't know the name of this, I think it would be very easy to say that's the Magician. It certainly would not be easy, however, to call this the High Priestess. This is Mistress of Terror. Control, submission, feminine power. All right, those are not standard meanings for the High Priestess, but I can very well see how those meanings apply to this image. But we're veering way off here. But, I do appreciate that he's working within a new context. He's not really working strictly within the tarot context, but within Bosch's images. Okay, wow. Virgin Mother. So this is the Empress. Virgin Mother, motherhood, caring, compassion, divine feminine. All right. So this one is feminine power. This one is divine feminine. Kings of the East is the Emperor, stability, authority, gifts, and male power. So I do like that while he's going, okay, this shows, the power of the Emperor and stuff like that, we're adding gifts in here because clearly those are shown in the image. So it's like a blending of the two so far. The Surgeon, health, removal of blockages, unnecessary worry. So this is the Hierophant, is the Surgeon, health, removal of blocks, and look at that little Tin Man hat. Then we've got the Lovers, trust, romance, love. All right, that's pretty straightforward. Deception, lies, deceit, hidden truths, secrets. So this would be the Chariot. And we have veered completely off the tarot track here. This is deception, lies, deceit, hidden truths, secrets. So that kind of fills in the gap that the High Priestess card here left. Wow. Ignorance is strength / justice. We don't know if there's either one of these align yet. Conflict, adversity, stupidity. Illumination is the Hermit, so the lamp here. Revelation, knowledge, light in darkness. Table of plenty, success, food, rewards, capitalism. And I realize I'm not really discussing the images much, but there's just enough to keep me focused with the variations from the traditional. So that's what's standing out to me. Success, food, rewards, capitalism, table of plenty. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, and I guess, the round table is an allusion to the wheel. The Flower Pusher, force, justice, strength. So we still don't, so we have kind of justice and strength in the same card. Pushing flowers up somebody's arse. Well, okay. The Barrel Boy. This is the Hanged Man. Stillness, patience, inner reflection, restraint. So I should say, this takes the place of the Hanged Man because clearly we're not following. The Barrel Boy. So we do have the kind of patience, inner reflection stuff that the Hanged Man talks about, but this Jude's just hiding in a barrel. Now we have death. That's pretty straightforward. Transformation, death, bad luck. Paradise. Peace, pleasure, communication. This is Temperance. Temptation is the devil, desire, sex, passion, greed. And we have the serpent in the Garden of Eden. That makes a lot of sense. The river to hell is the tower, and I can relate it because you see this up here that's all exploding. We've got this big tower. River to hell, movement, journey, difficulty, struggles. Then we have the dreamer. So this is the star, sleep, dreams, visions, inspiration. The Grail Knight is the moon. Blaze of glory, trickery, danger, failure, honor, courage. Is that the sun of the moon? The Christ. Okay, so this is the moon, the Grail Knight. Trickery, danger, failure, honor, courage. And here is the sun, the Christ child, birth, children, learning, new beginnings. And judgment is ascent of the blessed, rebirth, recognition, assistance, promotion. Then we have the world, perfection, completion, victory, religion. Okay, and we go into the minors, looking at the court cards. Page of berries. Okay. If I had to guess, I'd say that was pentacles. Helpful, giving, sharing, a friend. Then we have the Knight of berries. Dissatisfaction, a talented person with something. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but... Oh, all right. And now we have the Baron of berries. Ambition at any cost, desire, broken promises. Did I read that? Dissatisfaction, a talented person? Yeah, I guess I did. Ambition at any cost, desire, broken promises. The Baron of berries. And now we have the Princess. Courtship, love, romance, and relationship. So we have Baron and Princess instead of King and Queen. Except that here's the Queen of berries. Fertility, a powerful female, motherhood. And, you know, considering he's taking these images straight from Bosch, here's all these images with berries on them and people, so I guess that really lends itself. Fertility, a powerful female, motherhood. And the King of berries, energetic projects, coordination, leadership. And the Ace of berries. Okay, so now we're getting into the suit, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 court cards for each suit. So yes, this is the deck of my nightmares. If you're new here, I hate court cards. A lot of readers do. All right. Ace of berries. Harmony among all living things. Happiness and joy. All right. Okay, and now we're on to another suit and courts. So I'm assuming we get the courts and the aces first, and then we get the rest. Here's the Page of birds. Thoughtfulness, planning, melancholy, pause. So birds. I wonder what this suit is. Maybe swords. The Knight of birds, adventure, excitement, movement. That could be wands as well. Baron of birds, theft, concealment, running away. Prince of birds, friendship, helpfulness, and gratitude. That could have easily been in the berries deck or suit too. The Queen. Wait. So the berries had a princess. The birds has a prince. So one would think this is, swords or wands because we're doing the masculine thing. All right, Queen of birds. But we have also the Baron. It's just a Baron. All right. Dull outlook, austerity, piety, knowledge. That might be swords. King of birds. I know that image a lot of people do. Purification, work, unending activity. And then the Ace of birds is family, multitasking, and togetherness. That doesn't sound like swords to me. All right. Page of skates. So that could be blades. Disappointment, failed attempt, struggle. Knight of skates, finding direction, assertiveness, taming internal fear. I don't see skates here. I guess those are them? I don't know. Baron of skates, troublemaker, confidence, fun and enjoyment. The Prince of skates, indecision, too many options, balanced pleasure. The Queen is gossip, new information, and rudeness. The King is lack of help, distractions, self-centeredness. All right, and the Ace, instability, danger, uselessness. All right, so I don't know which way to go at this point. Okay, Page of swords. Oh, so now so that means birds or skates are cups. Wow. All right. Page of Swords. Eagerness, enthusiasm, future potential. Knight of Swords. Companionship, victory, perseverance. Baron is defeat, cowardliness, and injury. Yikes. Heads half cut off. The Prince. So we've got 3 now. Only the first one had the princess. The others have had the prince. Victory against overwhelming odds, braveness, experience. The Queen is trickery, a capable woman, downfall of your enemies. Okay, that's a good card to have. King of Swords, powerful person, a teacher, harsh lessons. And Ace of Swords is conflict, victory, communication. All right. And now we have the 5th suit of the minors. We've had berries, birds, skates, and swords. And now we have vessels. I'm confused. Promotion, hard work, dedication, loyalty, career. He's got an arrow coming out his hands. Knight of Vessels, acquired wealth, business, poor manager. I'm so confused because vessels, my brain wants to equate with cups, but then we've got wealth and business. I don't know here. Baron of Vessels, drunkenness, carousing, moderation. And another prince, religious or spiritual figure, charity, kindness. I'm also noticing we don't have very many cards left if we're getting to the rest of the minors, so... The Queen is gambling, never satisfied, female lust. The King is a fair man, humility, gathering blessings through hard work. And then the Ace is pouring out blessings, success, satiety. Now we have the suit of books. Holy shit, I'm confused. Page of books, reading, learning, exploration, a new job. Knight is arguments, new ideas, teaching. The Baron is sexual indiscretions, adultery, misuse of power. And the Prince is dominance, overcoming challenges, patience. So in all of these suits, we only have one that has a princess, and that's berries. The rest are princes. So I'm not really liking the lopsidedness, the lack of symmetry there. Dominance, overcoming challenges, patience. The Queen of Books is intelligence, advice, intuition, and observation. And the King is hidden knowledge, a wise counselor, old age. And I'm expecting another suit or two. Hidden knowledge, wise counselor, old age. The Ace of Books is music, sharing of knowledge, and creativity. And now we have coins. So we have swords, vessels, and coins. And then berries, birds, books. Page of coins. Lack of financial experience, poor spending habits. You shitting coins. Knight of coins. Schemes, business, success by cheating. He's picking this guy's pocket. The Baron of coins. Wasting money, loss of money, sham, charity. So, like I said, I haven't been paying attention to the images because my mind is boggled by the fact that it is all court cards and 6 or 7 suits. Berries, birds, vessels, swords, books, coins. Did I miss one? Skates. Skates. So this is the 7th suit. Prince of coins. Charity, assistance, parenthood, fathers, children. Again, there's only one princess in these 7 minor arcana suits. The Queen of Coins asking for help, poverty, using your skills. The King is hoarding, inheritance, unwillingness to share. And the Ace is financial success, riches, and wealth. And I'm expecting an 8th. Okay, so we have the Sin of Wrath, anger, rage, inability, incompetence, conflict. I'm assuming we're getting the 7 deadly sins now. The Sin of Wrath, Sin of Lust, sex, passion, extravagance, excess. Although I really feel like those keywords were covered in other cards. The Sin of Sloth, laziness, sleep, tiredness, rest, relaxation, home life. The Sin of Envy, unhappiness, seeking change, discontent. The Sin of Gluttony, food, eating, consumption, cooking. The Sin of Greed, money, business, career, desire for riches. Now see, considering these cards are called sins, I want to see the negative things that I've seen in other court cards. This seems pretty neutral. Money, business, career. And desire for riches is the only thing we approach that sounds sinful. Sin of Pride, appearance, vanity, physical well-being. Did I get all of them? I guess I did. Pride, greed, gluttony, envy, sloth. Oh, did we miss envy? Unhappiness, seeking change, discontent. No, we didn't. Sloth, and then lust and wrath. No, we got them all. Okay. See you in a second. I gotta say, I'm confuzzled. I want to look here and see what other information we can get. We looked at the introduction. All right, let's finish the introduction. Before reading this book, please take a moment to journey through the cards and let them make a first impression on you. Reading the tarot is an intensely personal art. Absolutely. And the definitions I've provided here are only one person's interpretation. When Bosch painted, he knew exactly what his paintings meant, but he also was aware that his audience might derive new and wonderful interpretations that deviated from his original intention. Such is the nature of all art. If the images on the cards carry a special meaning for you, then I encourage you to incorporate the personal meaning into your readings. Ultimately, the impact of divination, like those of art and beauty, is in the eye of the beholder. All right, so we have the triptych spread, the major arcana, and we do have a list here of all the majors. There's no comparison to the standard, which I appreciate. You know, you're doing a new system, do it. But you get the list of the cards and their keywords, and then for each we have description of the image. So it seems like it's describing all the way down here, and then we have a representation. Represents the start of all things, the journey's beginning, the hero's decision to take the first step, blah, blah, blah. All right. So those are the majors. Now let's see. The minors. Instead of forcing Bosch's images into the traditional 4 suits of the tarot, this minor arcana has been designed around Bosch's motifs and allegories. I do appreciate that. His most commonly recurring symbols were berries, birds, skates, swords, vessels, in parentheses, barrels, vases, and cups, books, and coins. Many of these symbols have familiar correspondences in the traditional tarot. Yes, they do. But why are they all court cards? With the suits rearranged, it is not necessary to rely on numbered cards. Each suit is now comprised entirely of court cards, along with an ace, which represents the suit's meaning as a whole. This is a nightmare, you guys. Wow, I can't wait to do the first reading with this. This novel approach brings new life to the minor arcana, and once the octaves of the court cards are learned, reading with these cards becomes second nature. The corresponding elements provided here are simply to help understand the general meaning of the suits and do not form part of Bosch's symbology. So, all right. this is hard to read. You see we have like a dark navy blue page with just slightly lighter blue writing, and boy, is it hard to see what that says. Okay, minor arcana suits, minor arcana court cards. All right, so suits. Birds are air. All right, start here. Berries are earth, birds are air, skates are water and metal, swords are metal and fire. So we're going with the 5, Chinese elements. Vessels are water. Books are earth and air. These all make total sense to me. Coins are metal, and the 7 deadly sins are fire. So earth, air, water, fire, metal. And then we've got the skates, swords, and books that combine elements. Okay, and now let's look at, and then we have earth in general, abundance, fertility, harmony, joy, friendship. Birds or air is movement, travel, personal growth. Skates are trouble, difficulty, indecision, and fun. Swords, skill and ability, conflict and victory. Water, untamed activity, blessing, sins, and salvation. What about feelings and emotions? I don't see anything about that. Earth and air is knowledge, intelligence, learning. Metal is business, career, success, wealth, money. And fire, troubles and desires of the human condition. But nowhere do I see emotion, untamed activity, blessings, sins, and salvation is what vessels and water mean in general. And we've got harmony, joy up here. All right, sorry, I'm getting hung up. And the minor arcana court cards, the pages are the most basic understanding of the suit. The knight is ambitious, active member of the suit. The baron is the lowest octave. The prince or princess is the mastery, and I still want to know why there's only one princess out of 7 suits. The queen is the mature female mastery of the suit. The king is the mature male mastery of the suit. And the ace is all-encompassing meaning of the suit. Okay. So there's an introduction to the suit of berries. And then we have page of berries. So he talks about the image, then he says the symbology here is one of friendship and charity, giving or receiving help with an open heart without strings attached. The bird appears, blah, 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 focus the knight and bird, friends unsatisfied. I mean, all right, let's get to a reading. Seriously. Actually, let's get to a lighting of the charcoal, so that we can purify it with fire. Oh, goodness. This is a radical reimagining, and I'm glad to know that Mr. McHenry has authored another tarot deck, and I'm curious now to see if that deck follows. This is weird. Look at these little... I don't know what that... Oh, it wipes off. Okay, I don't know what's going on. All right. Now, let's cleanse. Let's do a big smoke cleanse. I mean, I'm hoping... Now, there's just such a crossover and an opportunity here, I should say, because the variation is making it so I have to let go of what I think I know about court cards, the standard tarot, and be ready to just, it's making me just open to whatever this deck is, and anytime you can stop the mind, it's good. So, by air and fire, may you be purified and charged. By water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole, and give it a nice sound bath. to bless it with spirit, and let's thank guides and guardians, allies and ancestors. Hold my hand, please. I don't know what's going to happen here. Hold my hand. Thank you for being here. I will keep my mind as open as I possibly can, and I offer you fresh water and the fire of Azrael. I offer it to this deck. May it be a true tool of divination. All right. Now, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And by the way, this was a gift from my daughter, but I don't target this reading at her because she's not going to, she won't. Oh, there's a good surprise. That redemption. That's redemption already. That I was expecting this to be tough to shuffle. Anything with gilding on the edges, those edges have to be like flat and a little wider for the gilding to have some place to stick. So I was expecting a hard shuffle, but it's not. It feels great. And I can bridge. Happy, happy me. All right. I'm just going to 4. We're going to shuffle 7 times. 5. And then we are going to look at the readings available to us. I love it when something surprises me. And 7. I'm also curious if anybody else has gotten this deck and what you think. Oops. I'm shuffling it. I don't care what you say. All right. So 7 shuffles like that is, they say, the most randomization you can, the optimal randomization of the deck. Okay, so something has flown out already, and it's the Knight of Berries. Let's just read what the Knight of Berries says to get more of an idea of the writing. This is dissatisfaction and a talented person. A naked man with his head under water balances a large fruit on his groin, upon which birds are roosting. Boy, Hieronymus, Bosch, I mean, what did they call you? Hero? Hiro? Ronnie? The imagination is incredible. The Knight of Berries is a skilled performer, for he can remain underwater while spreading his legs and using his hands to partially cover himself. This requires strength, talent, and determination. Like a duck, the knight is poking his nose in the silt to find more treats to consume, although he already has a huge berry, a huge swinging berry. He still wants more and is left unsatisfied. The birds appear ignorant of their benefactor. They focus their attention on the tiny berries that have started to blossom. The knight and his bird friends are unsatisfied with what they possess and are striving for more. Okay. So we can just go, and by the way, there are no reverse meanings. Doesn't mean you can't do them in reverse. Okay, the birds are ignorant of their benefactor. They are focusing on the berries. He's unsatisfied. The knight and the birds are unsatisfied with what they possess and are striving for more. Okay. So that just gives us an idea of the... And that's funny because dissatisfaction, striving for more, is that what it's calling me out because I'm not satisfied with it? But I can't be satisfied because we haven't tried it yet. All right, so let's focus. Please, deck, let me in. And let's ask our standard question, which is from where we are in the moment, whenever you're watching this. What message does Spirit have for us about how we may move from where we are? No, okay, so we have 3, and then the 4th one came out on its own, so that's how I'm going to lay them out. We have the Queen of Books. We have the Princess of Berries. The only princess in the deck shows up. She's like, thank you for standing up for me. we have River to Hell, and then we have the Ace of Books. So we have like the three, except for the Deadly Sins. We don't have a Deadly Sins. We'll have to look one of those up. I wonder if you keep those separate. You know what? I didn't look at the readings. Let's see. A triptych spread. A triptych is a kind of artwork that features three paintings side by side. They were most common in the 1400s and 1500s and were often used as religious altars in Europe. Bosch often painted his works as triptychs because it allowed him to represent a passage of time across the three panels. His most famous work, Garden of Earthly Delights, features a panel in the Garden of Eden, the past, the Garden of Earthly Delights, the present, and Hell, the future. So, okay. Problem challenge is the top row, solution is the bottom row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The spread is a wonderful tool for transformation, growth, and self-understanding in the style of Hieronymus Bosch. Lay out 3 cards one after another. This top row represents past, present, future. Lay out 3 more. Bottom row. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about leaving out cards, and that's the only spread that he gives us. Index of paintings and cards. Okay, so he cites a painting, and then under it he lists what cards, images came from that painting. There's Garden of Earthly Delights taking up the lion's share. Index of cards and paintings, and then Appendix B lists them by card and talks about what painting they come from. All right. I'm going to look at the 7 deadly sins separately. So, Queen of Books. And remember that the triptych is just past, present, future with a problem and solution line. So, it's just so weird. All right. Queen of Berries. No, Queen of Books. It's the Princess of Berries. All right. Intelligence, advice, intuition, observation. The Queen of Books stands at an outdoor table. I'm going to be bending these cards this way until they flatten out. I think what I might do with this deck is put them under a very heavy book to hope they flatten out. All right, she observes unseen companions while balancing a book carefully on her head. This woman is a watcher. She has a tremendous wealth of worldly experience and knowledge, but she won't share it unless the moment is prudent. The polar opposite of the gossipy Queen of Swords, the Queen of Books holds back advice or information. If she knows someone isn't ready to hear her advice, she will let them discover things the hard way by doing it for themselves. The message of the Queen of Books is to follow your inner intuition. Let it be your guide instead of listening to the barrage of external sense input. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is step back from the sensory world and all the noise and the incoming stimulus. And then we have Princess of Berries. She is courtship, love, romance, and relationship, the only princess in the minor arcana. The only princess, so he acknowledges that. Hold on. The Princess of Berries embodies courtly romance and the idea of true love. She sits on the ground with a large berry between her legs. Theme. She has carefully peeled back the top and is enjoying the fruit, while her suitor watches her with a smile on his face. He's like, yeah, eat the berry. The suitor has already presented one berry to the princess and has a second ready to bestow. This is not a one-night stand or a fly-by-night romantic tryst. He genuinely loves her and wants to provide for her. Considering the position of the berry, we can also be assured that they will have a courtship that is both sexual and passionate. All right, so this one, unlike the first one, doesn't have a message. This one said the message is to, use your intuition. But this is just courtship, love, romance, and relationship. So this isn't like, general love. This is specifically romance and courtship. Okay. I may have to take a hit on this one because we trust our intuition. Maybe we can just say we rely on relationships. So this is where the question becomes really important with this deck, that you have a frame, and the frame of how do we move away from whatever's holding us back, from just surviving into thriving. So this could just say relationships are key. Care between people is key. Providing sustenance to another, or accepting sustenance from someone, accepting like the ministerings of someone, the attention of someone. All right, let's look at the court. River to hell. That does not make me feel hopeful. All right. Movement, journey, difficulty, struggles. A flaming black tower in the depths of hell overlooks a river filled with screaming creatures and people in peril. I can't see them. Oh well. Among Bosch's many visions of hell, this is the darkest. Awesome. It presents a stark image of being helplessly pulled towards a terrible fate. The river to hell is the only truly sinister card in Bosch's major arcana, of course, and it reveals the outcome of following your temptations. Card 16 is traditionally a destroyed tower, but the river to hell is worse because where the tower indicates a brutal end, the river represents ongoing struggles that may have a negative outcome. It is the Tower, Devil, and Nine of Swords combined. Holy shit. The river to hell likely indicates either a backward movement, such as a career demotion or another kind of setback, or a difficult journey. It does not indicate death or a final outcome, but a struggle. If asking a question, the river to hell indicates a solid no. So if asking a yes or no question. So let's go back to this triptych spread, because I just need to focus this somehow. And we've got the problem or challenge. The problem here in the past would be maybe of not using our intuition, or using intuition instead of intellect. I don't know. I would say, looking at this card and what it said, the message is using your intuition as a problem. That's still hard. Is it saying that we didn't use our intuition in the past? I guess that would be it. And the present struggle would be in relationships. I mean, that doesn't apply to me, but as the collective. So if I'm looking at a collective reading, this could be saying that the problem we're struggling with right now, the challenge we have right now, is in our interpersonal relationships. And, okay, this kind of rings true because coming out of the COVID years, and we're not out of them yet, we've had to reassess relationships. Coming out of the Trump COVID years, many relationships have been broken, or at least have gone stale with, lack of interaction. And so our challenge, our struggle, our problem is in dealing with our relationships and maybe regaining this love and closeness. And then the future is just this fucking ongoing struggle. And does it give us like the nature of the struggle? Setback, a difficult journey. So what this is saying is we do have difficulties to get through. I'm filming this at the beginning of 2023, so let's look at it as the year ahead maybe. And it's going to be a long journey to get back to where we were. I'm still kind of hazy about the Queen of Books here. Let's look this one up, the Ace of Books, and see what we get there. Music, sharing of knowledge, creativity. We tend to conceptualize books as a collection of written words, But there's so much more. Reading a book is like taking a voyage into another time and place, hearing someone else's thoughts, watching a movie in your mind's eye. In this depiction of the Ace of Books, a large musical instrument has landed upon or is rising out of a book of music. These items have crushed several people. Oh yeah, this is the ass music guy. This is not the ass trumpet guy, but the ass music. He's got a musical score written on his ass. Somebody actually blew that up and recorded it, by the way. You're welcome. Look it up on YouTube. The book has not only become, but the items have crushed several people, and one person has musical notation written upon their buttocks. The book has not only become an inseparable part of them, but they are now creating their own version of the book. The reader has become the author. This card represents not only music, but the creation of all art forms that books can share or generate, especially writing. So, okay. The aces, as they say, are just kind of the pure, all-encompassing meaning of the suit. Wow, you guys, I'm kind of stumped. All right, so let's wrestle this. Let's just keep going here. So, what is the solution to this difficult journey? Well, music, the sharing of knowledge and creativity. So the first thing, I mean, anytime you talk about music, to me, this is, we're stepping into mystery, we're stepping into spirituality, the emotions that music has the ability to convey, and not just that, but we're talking about creativity in general and the things that books can convey. So, and sharing, the idea of sharing these things. All right, you know what? I'm doing this. Sorry. I think this is going to be a deck that I have to work with for a while. I'm very glad to have it. All right. So we say the solution in the past is sharing knowledge. Okay, so we've got this Queen of Books. She's got the book on her head, and I remember specifically it saying she's not talking. You know, she knows a lot, but she's kind of observing rather than sharing. And the solution here is to share. Share the knowledge. There we go. How that relates to the past? I mean, intelligence. So you can look at intelligence as the power of your mind. You can also look at intelligence as information, like intelligence like the CIA gathers and stuff. And keeping it to yourself in the past is a problem, but then sharing the knowledge starts bringing things out into the open. Share what you know. So maybe saying in the present here, because the solution here has to be in the present. We can't have the solution to the past, but so the solution to the not sharing knowledge, the observance, is share what you know. Share your observations. Share what you know. Tell people about your intuition. Princess of Berries, courtship, love, romance. Problem in the present, relationships. The solution is the Page of Berries, helpful, giving, sharing, and a friend. So how we start reclaiming this relationship, you know, our relationships is just, again, by sharing. Both of these talk about sharing. And then this difficult journey we have ahead of us, movement, journey, difficulty, struggles. The solution there is the King of Skates, lack of help, distraction, and self-centeredness. I don't understand. Mr. McHenry, I don't understand. I do want to look at, let's see the first sin we hit, and we will look that one up. So while I'm doing this, what do you think, you guys? You know, I know there are so many readers that watch this channel. What do you think about this? What are your interpretations of these cards? Let's look up Sin of Envy, and then I think I may put the deck back together and take a final hit on this. see if we can wrap it up, because you know, when you have cards whose meaning is only negative and they show up in the solution, lack of help, distractions, self-centeredness, you know, because I'm looking at that as, here's what makes this journey difficult, here's what perpetuates. In the middle we've got sharing, and the lack of sharing, the lack of help and assistance, being self-centered, is the river to hell. So I would say that this deck, right, you know, just from this, that you do have to go intuitively and not strict categories. Sin of envy, unhappiness, seeking change, discontent. A man and his wife cast forlorn glances toward an unseen person while their dogs remain ignored right outside their door. One of their dogs barks eagerly for a bone, ignoring the pile of bones right in front of it. The people and dogs in this painting desire things they don't have, yet fail to appreciate what they already possess. Not appreciating or being thankful for the things you already have is one of the leading causes of unhappiness. You can only break the cycle of coveting and envying by counting your blessings. Take an inventory of the good things in your life and learn to be happy with what you've already got instead of constantly chasing after the next new thing. Okay, so the 7 deadly sins, at any rate, do give us some solid advice. All right, I'm going to shuffle some more, or I could just take the one off the top, because we were going in sequence like that. We have illumination, which is the hermit. Revelation, knowledge, light, and darkness. And I'm going to scan rather than reading the whole thing. Oh, sorry. So he's talking about the hermit. Knights in armor are crawling out of a lit lantern surrounded by other knights and strange creatures. Illumination is the opposite of ignorance. Even though there may be horrors hiding in the darkness, we must not fear to hold up the lantern to see what dangers lie ahead. Okay, I gotta say, that is a very adequate way to end this. And I need to look at it again. So don't fear to hold up the lantern to light the things we don't want to see. So all of this, you know, the challenges and problems, this is just saying that we benefit by looking at them in their faces. Shine a light, see it for what it is, and things will be revealed. This deck seems that it's going to have a very specific purpose. It certainly has a specific voice. Sorry, I'm trying to flatten them as a bunch. So I imagine reaching for this for very specific purposes. I'm not sure what that purpose would be, but I do have a section of my collection that is fine art. Not that all tarot decks aren't fine art, but, you know, decks drawing from fine artists. I've got Klimt, I've got William Blake, I've got Alphonse Mucha, and now I have Bosch, Edmond Dulac. There are other decks that I have for sure. Okay, so I'm, like I said, I'm thrilled to have this in the collection, but I'm also very curious to stay on the YouTube after this unboxing and see some other reviews, because I want to know, I want to see if someone's managed to get a good reading. But, you know, I also have to say that of the channels that I, you know, kind of look at regularly and for reviews and stuff, I don't know anybody else that actually reads with the deck at the end of the reviews. I've seen one card draw, you know, they draw the card and read the meaning. But to see what kind of a reading it gets is an entirely different thing. So I'm curious to see if anyone's using this deck for an actual reading and what they're getting out of it. it still has earned its keep by just the beauty of it and the premise of it and everything else. So please let me know what you think below, and hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there's a lot more to come with unboxings and live streams and some random things. We'll see what happens this year. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, especially if you've been here this long. This has been an hour. Oh my God. Sorry for how long it is, but if you've hung with me this long, you're a champ. And leave some comments down below, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.